So hello guys, what's up? How are you all? I hope you all are fine and doing something great in your life. So today's topic is very important for all of us. And it is related to English. So let's talk about that. So the topic is that whenever the person try to talk in English, but he can't. Because why? Because he is trying to translate in his mind, and the people who try that in his life, he can't able to talk and English in anywhere. So that is the most important thing for you to understand that when you really wanna talk in English, then you have to think in English because it is the most important point and it is the reality of our ours. Like whenever the person try to talk in English, he is always translate in his mind Hindi into English, and then he try to speak. But the main problem is that he takes more time into that, and in front of the people, whenever he talk, he is just like a think of the mockery. Like whenever talk about the person who really want to talk in English and he don't have an idea how to talk, he try to translate his all the sentences and words. So that is the most important point and that is the biggest problem for a beginner. He always try to talk in English, but he try to translate all the things. So how can we able to just decrease that type of thing, and how can we habitual to that to think in English and try to speak in English? That is the most important thing. So as you know that, as I know that, as all of us know that we are Indian and we don't have a ability, and also we don't have a environment to talk in English with us. And whenever we try to talk in English, all the person mock at us and discourage ourselves. I discourage the persons who try to talk in English. So this is the biggest problem for all of us. So how can we deal with that and speak fluently? So that is the matter. So first of all, when we are trying to talk in English, we have to face many type of problems. The problem is that we don't know the words, we don't know how to structurize the things, sentences, and we don't know even a sentence how to talk with help of sentence. So that is the problem. In three stage of that problem. So we have to overcome that problem. And how can we get the thing and how can we overcome that problem? So first of all, we have to try it. Whenever we try to speak, we try to translate the words. And I know you are a curious person, I know you have a ability to talk in English, but the thing is, it is the initial mistake. You don't need to do that. You have to just understand that when you are try to talk in English, you don't need to translate all the things. Even a one words you don't need to translate. And I'm here and talking with you all. In my mind, all things is going on in English. That's why I'm just able to talk with you all. So you have to understand that how can you able to translate all the words in a second and speak them? It is not possible. Whenever you try, you assume yourself you are taking a lot of time into that because it is a process. So you have to understand that, and you have to just try at least a words in English first. So how can we do that? So the problem is, you are understand right now, you understand that what is the problem, you understood that, sorry, what is the problem. So let's talk about the solution. How can we overcome that? Translate it, because you are using that and you are used to with that. So you have to overcome that problem, like you are habitual to translate Hindi to English. So that is the problem and you have to overcome that. How can we deal with that? First of all, you don't need to talk with the sentences, with the hard words. You just start slowly. How can you start? Like you have to start with the practice with small sentences, like in an initial phase, like you can say that this is a ball, this is a cat, it's a cup of glass, it's a full on glass, like that type of. I feel hungry, I'm angry, and do that, this, that. You can use that type of words. Even if you are telling wrong, even you are telling right, this is not matter the thing. The matter is that you are trying. And you have to try this is the very important thing. You have to try all the words and sentences slowly and slowly. And you don't need to translate the words. So catch the things what I'm talking right now. You don't need to, even a word, you don't need to translate the things. You have to try all the sentences, small sentences, try to speak in English. Like, this is a ball, I'm going to do that, I'm going to that, this. Okay, so that is the most important point for all of us to know that even if you want to try, if you want to be fluent, then you have to start with that thing. And you have a rigorous practice. English is just not a talent, English is just not a subject, it's a language. And you can't able to understand that, you can't able to be fluent in English when you are try to Hindi, when you are try to translate all the sentences. You have to habitual with that. You have to understand that how you can be connect with the English environment. You have to surround your English environment. And now you can say, how can we connect our surroundings, how can we spread our surroundings in English environment? You can do that, because in my case, I don't have a surroundings, I don't have an environment. Okay, so how can we spread my how can I spread my environment? Like, I am using my phone, and that is only possible with the phones. And you also, I can say that if you have a phone, you have an ability to build your surroundings. How? You are engrossed in your mobile phones, and we are also. So we have to think that when we are engrossed in the mobile all the time, so our environment is all about our mobile phone. So you have to use that. You can relate what I'm talking right now. You have to take all the things which you are seeing in your mobile, you have to just take in English. You don't need to convert all the things in Hindi. Whenever you are just like, you like newses, you like cartoons, you like anime, you are like anything, any movies, you have a you wanna see any type of movies, just try to see, listen in a English substances. Like, you have to convert all the things in English. Whenever you use your phone, you have to try all the things in English. And that is the trajectory and path you will succeed it. You will succeed it when you follow this path. So that is the most important point for you all to understand, that if you really wanna be fluent, so it's take time. You have to be calm, you have to take patience, and it's take time, because I know that I'm practicing so much, and I am just working on my fluency always. So it's take time, you have to understand that. And you don't need to feel demotivated, gloomy. So it's take time, it's a process, it's a habitual habit. So you have to understand that it's take time, and you don't need to be demotivated. You have only to do practice as much as you can. If you are doing something wrong, if you are going in a wrong direction, and even don't you have any person to just correct you, then what you have to do? Nothing you have to do. Just go in the flow, because you will understand at the time what you are doing and where is your mistakes. It's my personal experience. I know that I don't have any teacher, I don't have any person who just explain me where I'm doing wrong. So what I do, I use my mobile phone. I'm just only use my mobile phone, and I just correct myself always. Where I'm going mistake, I'm doing mistakes, and where do I need improvement, where I'm making mistake, and where do I need improvement. So that type of all the things I'm doing with my own help. I'm just making my surroundings, and I'm just making my environment, and try to absorb all the contents in English. So you can do also, and you have to do that when you really try to speak in English, and your dream is like to be fluent like the other person. So you can do that and try it at once. So that is enough for today. So I hope you'll understand what I'm talking right now, and that's it. So if you like it this video, then please like, say, subscribe. And if I'm making some mistakes, I know that I'm not fluent, so you have to understand what's my message. My message is that let's go with together, and let's help each other, and be fluent each other. So that's my enough things to do here. So see you in the next video. Take care of yourself, your family. Bye.